The ocean needs our help. It's the rapid destruction of 70% of the Earth's surface. Today, I encourage you to seek the change necessary to save the ocean and its inhabitants. Preserving the water is the right thing to do. Imagine a world where all the water is unsafe for living things. I can't. Today, I will talk about the polluted ocean today and ways we can pitch in. I'll also talk about the few downfalls of making changes necessary to save the ocean and keep it alive. The blog Global Citizen tells us that 87% of the ocean is already impacted by humans. That's crazy. The ocean impacts our Earth's climate every day and provides us with a huge food source. Can you believe that only 13% of the ocean's ecosystem is intact? Only 13. TheWeek.com tells us that coral reefs, home to a quarter of the fish population, has already declined by 40%. That's almost half. If we do not change our ways, then the ocean and its inhabitants we now know will be extinct. A scientist, Gregory Stone, says, "Oceans of the earth can live without us. If humans were to go extinct, they wouldn't even know we are gone. But we simply cannot live without our oceans." For something that we rely so heavily on, us as people treat the ocean with the lowest amount of respect. Maybe it's because we think nothing will ever happen and that the ocean will always be there. Well, newsflash, it won't be if we do not change our ways now. If we lose the ocean, we will lose a huge food source. The World Economic Forum website tells us that the ocean provides us with 100 million tons of food every year. That's enough to feed 1 in every 4 people their amount of protein per a day. That's awesome. Our human ways is killing our God-given food source, and we must stop now. We must make a change. Some ways we can help is changing our plastic use, declining our carbon footprint, and stopping using reusable bottles. We can also help out our local fisheries. WorldWildlife.org gives many examples of ways we can help. Like stop using that bottle. Stop using straws. Stop using that plastic bag. If every American stopped sipping on at least 5 straws per year, that'd be 1.5 billion straws that get to stay out of our oceans and landfills. Something as simple as never using a straw again is a step in the right direction. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch website tells us that 100,000 sea mammals a year die from ingesting trash from the ocean each year. That's horrible. Birds can easily mistake plastic for food, and then their stomachs fill up on unwanted nutrients, and then they end up dying. It's horrible. Another way you can help is learn about it. Learn about the ocean's fragile ecosystem, and you can get a better perspective on it. It can also spark curiosity and compassion for the ocean and its wildlife. On the other viewpoint, there is very few downfalls to making the changes necessary. Yes, you have to sip on the cup at the restaurant and throw away that McDonald's cup and use that tumbler, but it has little effort and it makes a huge change in the ocean. A fact to consider from the National Ocean Services website is that 8 million tons of ocean trash enters every year. That is the weight of 90 aircraft carriers. Wow, that's a lot of weight. Plastic comes in many different forms. People might not even think they're contributing to the pollution of the ocean, but the way they live and the way around their house can tell a lot about the situation. Houses inland often have sewers and streams nearby. That's an easy access for a candy wrapper to hop on a free train to open water. Even if your trash can tips over, Trash can easily have access to a stream that leads to open water. An organization started in 2013 called the Ocean Cleanup has been working every day tirelessly of cleaning up the Earth's pollution in the water, everywhere, around the countries. They tell us about 5 ocean garbage patches that sit there and circulate every day, damaging our ecosystem. It's horrible. The biggest one is called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, and it is 3 times the size of France. That is insane. It sits in between Hawaii and California. Every day, that trash sits there, circulating, creating more damage to the fish, more damage to the ocean, more damage to the coral reef, and more damage to our climate. The ocean asks us, help make a change. Something as simple as the straws is a great step in the right direction. Commit and use that non-reusable water bottle. Just kidding. Use that tumbler. Concluding this topic, it is time to make a change. It is time to save our oceans. We've discussed what we've lost in our ocean so far and what we can do to pitch in. We've also talked about the little effort it takes to make the changes in our lives every day. Will you follow me and make sure we watch our planet every day? Will you follow me and save the ocean and its inhabitants? Or will you keep the same path? Join me and save the ocean and save the fish.